Stop Killing Games is an initiative that started by, I think it was Accursed Farms. I think that's his YouTube channel. And it kind of garnered like a lot of attention really, really fast. And it's pretty awesome how things are going over there in the European land or across the pond, where they put together this petition, and the petition is pretty much is blowing up. And it's absolutely amazing how this working out. This happened because of what happened with I think it was The Crew. That game was an online only game, but what happened was they didn't patch the game to be an offline game, essentially killing the game and taking the game away from people who purchased the game. Well, what this petition is doing is actually getting notoriety, where they're trying to tell the legislative in the European Union that this is unlawful, that you cannot take things away from a consumer who purchased something. And this thing is carrying a lot of weight, in my opinion. And we're going to talk about that and give my thoughts and opinions. So if you made it through to this video based on the recommendations, or did somebody send this to you, I thank you for clicking on the video. Hopefully you'll hang around. If you don't mind, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Over here I talk about gaming and everything under that umbrella. I just made it past 700 subs, and I'm trying to get to over 1,000 by the end of the year. And it's all thanks to you guys. If you help me push me over that finish line, really would appreciate it. Also, if you do see anything in this video that you may like or dislike, put it down in the comment section. I normally respond as soon as possible. I get the notifications when people do respond to or put a comment down in the comment section, and I will give my thoughts and opinions if you have any questions. So I thank you guys for making it this far, and let's go ahead and get into this. All right. This petition that they have, and I'm not going to put the link down. Well, I guess I can put the link down in the description to this article, but I'm not going to put the link down to the petition, because if you're over here in the US, it may not help matters if you put down, your signature for this, because you're not in that country. So I want to make that fully clear. Like, if you want to help, just spread the word. But if you're in the US or any other country, or any country that's not in the European Union, I highly advise you not to sign it. But I'm looking at this right here, and as of the time of the article, they had over 155,000 signatures to the 27 European countries. They need over 1 million, and some of the things that they have in this petition sounds really, really good, and I think that they're going to get it done. I think Accursed Farms, the guy who started this, I think he started this. They've done a phenomenal. He started, and everybody behind him has done a phenomenal job. Now they need they need 1 million citizens to sign this by, I think it's like July 31st, 2025. And I think they're going to do it. I mean, you got to think about it. This thing is over a year away that they have to sign this, and they're already at 155,000. So you got literally about 12 months to do this. This could be done. So I think they have a really good chance of for the European Union to look at what they're doing. Now, this is what the initiative states. Now, this is what I really love about this. I'm going to read this. It said the initiative states that that invokes Article 17 in parentheses 1 of the Charter of Fundamental Rights, pursuant to which no one may be deprived of his or her possessions except in the public interest and in the cases under the conditions provided by law, subject to fair compensation being paid in good time for their loss. And Stop Killing Games claim that their practices of discontinuing access to video games strip European consumers of their property, i.e. video games, by removing post-purchase access to their product after an unclear amount of time. I don't care how unclear it is. They shouldn't be stripping anything that you purchased. If you bought it, it's yours. And now, I understand, like, if there's games that are like online only that only could function online, which I don't think The Crew is in that state. I think that the crew can function on offline. But even if it is in an online state, you should still be able to have that game. They should not be able to take it away from you. You should be able to log in the game. Servers are down. That's where it stops. Cool, I get it. This is the issue that you have with MAG. I have MAG on the PS3, and I understand why that game is not. I mean, the whole company Zipper Interactive is just gone. But I understand that. But even then, I still have that game. As a matter of fact, if I'm not for certain, you probably can't because the PS3 store is like it's terrible right now. I wonder if you can still buy that game for what it is. I'm not sure if you can. Don't quote me on that. But they didn't take that game away because they wanted to. It's just that the company just went away. Nevertheless, nothing wrong with The Crew. You know, they have a sequel to the game out now. They could have easily just put the game offline, and I'm pretty sure they could have done it and just leave it that way. And this is what this initiative is talking about. And I think they're going to be able to make some waves here. It's only been online for what, 6 days as of this article, and it already got 155,000 signatures already as of this article. They have up until next year, July 2025, to get this petition on, to actually be considered. I think they can do it. I think they can do it, and this is absolutely amazing that they're doing this. Now, before I get out of here and give you my quick thoughts, first and foremost, this is a great idea. This is one of the best things I've seen in gaming in a long time. And on top of that, I wish the US could do something like this because we have an issue with this as well. But the only problem I have with the US, I think that we over here have a situation where we're just spoiled. We're completely spoiled to the point where we don't even think about stuff like this collectively. I promise you, if they did something like this now, we may get this many signatures in 6 days. But beforehand, a lot of people in the U.S. really didn't think what's out of this. They just didn't care. It's like, okay, whatever. Most gamers just go to the next game. I commend the Europeans for actually stepping up and making things happen, or the people in the European, Union or under that umbrella making this happen, because this is the type of stuff that you want things to happen. You want things to change. You're gonna have to get this much, attention and push it. Shout out to Accursed Farms again for making this happen and pushing it for everybody to see this. I just think this is a really good thing. And I think if this, gets some real legs, now I'm not saying that it don't now, but it has some legs. But for it to get some real legs, it needs to go in front of the union and have I guess they're called the parliament. I'm not sure. I don't know. But if they get in front of some politicians where they actually can look into this, this going to open a whole can of worms of how video games are actually being, distributed to the gamers. Because one thing that most people don't care about is the state of video games for the most part. People play a game, they have fun with it, they move on to the next thing, and they really don't care. But I think this whole thing with The Crew kind of put some things into perspective, and people started really seeing it and what's really going to happen. What I think that would happen if non-gamers start taking, take heed to what's going on here. When non-gamers understand and be like, wait a minute, I'm not a gamer, and they're getting their purchases taken away from them. That's not right. Once you cross over to that, that's when people will start to understand, and politicians will really listen. So even though they have 155,000 signatures, if they can get some signatures from non-gamers, and I think this is where they need to cross over at. They need to start trying to get other people, go out and get, other people that's not necessarily gamers, have them understand what's going on here with people losing access to games that they purchase. And then you're going to really see an uproar. Like I said, I wish that people in the US would do this because we have an issue with this as well. But I'm just not sure if it will really resonate because, like I said, I don't think too many gamers really, they shrug their shoulders at this here in the US. They just do. And it's not saying there's anything bad, on our part over here. It's just that's just how it is. Like, we just go to something else immediately. It's just, we don't really care at the end of the day, but I hopefully if this catches legs, like I said, if they can get people that are non-gamers to jump on board with this is going to be a really big issue for video game companies, and politicians will get into this whole situation trying to figure out what's going on. And once that happens, that's going to gain bigger news. If it gains bigger news, I'm pretty sure it's really going to catch on over here where other politicians going to look at it because other people going to feel more empowered. Like, look, 27 countries in in Europe, in the European area, you know, they got something going here. Why we can't get it over here? And then I think that's where it's going to catch legs. So I'm rooting for these guys and girls, all these gamers. Hopefully they can make something happen. They got a whole year and they're already over 10%. They're over 15% of what they need. You know, so I think they can do it. I think they. I'm gonna keep on looking at this and see how it goes. Once again, shout out to Accursed Farms. I mean, these guys are awesome. These guys are absolutely great. So let's see how this plays out, and I'm gonna keep rooting on for them. But like I said, don't go over there and sign the petition if you're not in the UK or if you're not in under the European Union. If you're not a European citizen, it does not help. It may hurt more than it helps. The best thing you can do is pretty much root them on and see how it goes. So other than that, I'm gonna get up out of here. Yes, son. It's my son, y'all. Yeah, I'll order the food, baby. It's my son, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.